I don't give two shits that families are being separated if somebody's getting deported. I actually find it hilarious. It gives me a great deal of comfort.
Yo, what's going on, squad? Welcome back to The Garage. I am your host, Q, and this is the Truth Be Told podcast. Now, the young lady that you've just heard on that previous clip has a TikTok handle of Hot Take Melody. And as you've probably guessed, Hot Take Melody lacks a bit of empathy, lacks a bit of human development. Now, her passage was pertaining to the current deportation situation in that process. Now, don't get me wrong. I am all for violent criminals, sex offenders, and things of that nature. To Hot Take Melody decided to take it to TikTok and talk too much. And as I told you guys before, when you're talking too much on the internet will start interneting. Take a listen to what she had to say, and if karma was a person, Hot Take will be it. Check it.
I don't give two shits that families are being separated if somebody's getting deported. I actually find it hilarious. It gives me a great deal of comfort. I have no sympathy that your child might grow up without a father because he got sent back to Mexico or whatever. I mean, y'all are welcome to go with him. Don't forget that's an option. That's a choice that you're making, right? I don't have any sympathy for your little videos that you're making on social media with all the tears. I don't give a shit. I'm actually fucking laughing at you that you're sitting there crying for attention. Okay. I find you guys to be subhumans. All right. Now, while you're sitting there judging me because I don't care that families are going to be separated from each other, I'd invite you to recall that hundreds of J6ers were separated from their families for something that equates to little more than a trespassing charge. Where were you then? Okay, bye.
Okay, so now that you got the whiff of that, I think you pretty much have summed up the type of person that Hot Take Melody is. Now, as I stated before, Hot Take Melody got herself in a bit of a jam because the internet started interneting. There were a lot of people that are disagreeing with how she voiced her disgust about children, families, and so forth. But since those people were a little bit unhappy with what she was doing, they started doing some digging. So apparently, Hot Take Melody got caught by the internet with this particular passage. The internet started doing some digging into her profile. And with that particular profile, the internet found out that Hot Take Melody, within her description, had left her LinkedIn information. So the internet goes on to LinkedIn and find out what Hot Take Melody's real name is, which is April Martinson. But not only did they find out that April Martinson was her real name, but since it was LinkedIn, guess what? They found out where she worked. She worked at a place called Biddadoo Auctions. Now, when the internet found out that she worked for Biddadoo Auctions, they went onto their review pages. And what did they do? They went on a 1-star tour. Now, the company didn't know why they were suddenly getting these 1-star reviews until they started reading the comments. And most of the comments were saying, hey, listen, Biddadoo, you employ someone by the name of April Martinson, and this April Martinson lacks humanitarian sympathy, lacks development, lacks diversity, and so forth. And if you're employing this type of person, then basically it seems as though you are complicit in the way that this person thinks. Well, Biddadoo didn't take too nicely to that as it pertains to April Martinson. I'm quite sure they brought April Martinson into a room, sat her down, and said, hey, listen, is this you? She probably replied, yeah, that's me. Why? And they ultimately said, we're going to have to let you go. And after they let her go, Biddadoo left a public statement on their website basically stating that they had nothing to do with the thought process or actions that were taken forth by April Martinson. She did that on her own. They also called the FBI and the local police to make sure that there were no incidents that happened as a result of April Martinson's passage that she left on her TikTok. Well, I tell you, like I told everybody else, be careful, because this is not the same America that it used to be. just when you thought people were on your side and going to root for you in the way that your ill-mannered perception of life is, you're absolutely wrong. And they're going to come for you, as they did. April Martinson has lost her job. She's put her social media on private so no one can get in, and I understand why, because she got a ton of backlash for it. But again, whose fault was that? Be careful what you put on the internet, because the internet will live forever. And April Martinson, I hope you have the day that you deserve. Until next time, I'm your host, Q. Thank you for coming to The Garage, the Truth Be Told podcast, and I'm out.
Back and I'm better than ever. Whoa. I think I got a vendetta. Oh, now they call me, I seen them. Yeah. All of those times getting severed. I told them all I can let up. They get not tired of me never. Yeah. Give me a shot and I swear I shoot like Berettas. Yeah. They getting nervous, I seen it. What I seen.